In this video, I'll be showing you how to deal with the images in the content area of Texas Beyond History exhibits. So how do we get images like these in the original site to show up correctly in the new site here? So often when you first come to a page, you'll see the images clustered up in ways that's totally different from how they're meant to appear in the actual site. Here's a cluster here, a whole bunch of text, a little bit of another cluster down here at the bottom. This is typical, but it's not desirable. So we need to figure out how to get these images up where they belong. So let's take a look at this exhibit. When the exhibit loads, you'll see that there's two different views for the pages, visual and text, and you will have to use both of them to do this properly. So when we look at the original image, we see that the very first image at the top is this image of Jacob Fontaine. I'm just going to grab the caption here. And so we want to put that image up here near the top, either near the paragraph beginning for this study or the Freeman's Press. So let's go in here. And so I'm going to put this one right up at the top where by for this study. So first I need to find it, and there it is. So typically all you need to do is copy this and paste it, but it's easier to do that in the text image, or sorry, in the text view. So I'm going to skip over to that, and I'm going to search for Fontaine, and I'm looking for this caption thing. This caption, this square bracket that opens the caption, is a piece of code called a short code, and it's a special WordPress code. But this text includes everything that we need for this image. It's got the caption in it here, and it's got the image tag. So what we're going to do is just highlight all of that, cut it, and go up to that first paragraph for this study. And then I'm going to paste it right here at the beginning. And now if I switch back to the visual editor, it's right there on the right. If we wanted it on the left, we could click this Align Left button. And you'll notice that the caption came out just fine. So let's look at our checkboxes. The first is make sure all images exist, upload them if necessary. We didn't need to upload that one. Check the captions and check the light boxes. So on our last thing, we're going to save this, and then we'll check the light box for this one. Reload it. And there's Jacob Fontaine, and when I click on him, there's a light box. So one shortcut is just looking for this little icon here. That needs to be there. That indicates that there is a light box to the viewer, and then we click on it and double check, and it all looks fine. And there's a caption. So on this same page, if we scroll down a little further, we find near the bottom here, we find an image that does not have a light box. And so that, in fact, we find several of them that are not light boxed. And those will all need to be fixed. They also need to be moved, but since I've showed you that already, I'm not going to do it again. So here's this image. The name of this image is Newspapers, Black Hands. Newspapers, Black Hands. So let's take a look at it here. Find the Black Hands. And there it is. Okay, so the most common, so first I need to explain a little bit about how the lightbox works. The lightbox works by taking the name of the image, in this case, Newspapers Black Hands -sm.jpg, and looking in our files for a similar image that's just named the same thing without the -sm. The -sm stands for small. So the lightbox, if this image had a -sm image in it, in that same folder, then the lightbox would work. But there isn't one there, so it didn't work. So what we need to do is we need to re-upload this image and re-upload a similar image with a different title that's just missing the SM. So let me show you what I mean. Let's find the image on here. Black hands. Here's the black hands image. And if we, well, that's very interesting. It does not look like even the old site had the pop-up image. So see how these all have little cameras on them. This one doesn't have a camera. And neither does this one. So we're still going to make a lightbox version of this, even though there isn't one in the original. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this image to our computer, and it's got that name. But we're going to change the name to .jpeg. And then we're going to go in and we're going to prefix it with my initials. This just makes sure that it's totally unique without us having to check and make sure that it's totally unique. So we're going to make one version like that, and then I'm going to make another version, same image, and I'm going to rename it, and it's going to have the dash copy. Now, most of the time, when you come into the situation, there actually will be two images, but they won't follow that standard naming pattern. Either the name of the second image will just be one character off or something, and then you'll download the two different images, the one large and the one small, and you'll make sure that they have identical names except for the -sm, and then you'll re-upload both of them. So I'm going to upload them, go to the Media Manager in WordPress, and I'm going to add new, grab these two, and put them in here. Notice the names are completely identical. One has -sm. All right, so I'm going to make a quick edit here for this one and add the, we're going to tag it with the name, this part of the URL right here. In this case, it's ransom. That is going to be its tag. Scroll down here to ransom. This just makes them easier to find. So that takes care of -sm. And edit this one as well. And add ransom to this one. All right, so we've got our two images uploaded. And now we go back to the exhibit. We're going to delete this image. First, let's check to see if it has a caption. It has an alternative text, so we'll grab that. So we'll want that, and then we'll delete that, and then we will add in that image again. Conveniently, it's right here. Now we have to make sure that we get the -sm image. That's the one we want, -sm. And then we put the text in here, and then we go back here, and we grab the caption, and make sure that's in there correct, and insert that into the page. So here it is, and now we're going to hit save, and when we go back to the page and reload it, it's now got a lightbox. Right, and that's just what we want. So let's see, is there anything else? We got the captions, we've got the images and uploading them if they don't exist, and we've got checking the lightboxes. So that should be good.